Last year in May I went to Kenya and I met a girl named Esther. She's 8 years old. First thing that I learned in training was don't think that you're going to save the world. It's easy to see things and think like, oh, of course this needs to be fixed. I had to face my own arrogance. This story is actually about Esther. I remember meeting her really specifically because it looks like you're looking at an elderly person, like there's that something behind her eyes. Yeah, it was almost intimidating, actually. You feel like you're with somebody much, much older. You kind of get lost and like locked in this weird stare down thing that we did. And every once in a while I get reminded that she was a little girl because of the way she would laugh. I was like, oh my God, you're tiny. The strangest thing I think was that it was a little kid. I remember the words just floating in the air in front of me. Esther was on her bunk, crying and panting, screaming and twisting. That's what I remember the most. Some of the kids had come up, some of the tiny little kids. Looked over towards me and the older girls like, now what do we do? There's no light at all, there's nothing. And we started praying in a circle. This is serious. I don't know how many hours passed. It sounds like somebody setting her on fire or tearing her from the inside out. It was the most horrible thing to hear this tiny little person scream like that. I could really hear that she was just a little girl. Turned out that what was happening is Esther had malaria. A certain type of mosquito that comes out mostly at night, let this parasite loose into your blood, attacks individual red blood cells. It'll get in there and multiply and shatter the cell from the inside out, and then those little parasites will go and find new blood cells. I thought the worst of the night was over. Looking in her eyes is kind of like, can you guys please stop, this really hurts. I put my arms as gently as I could over top of her arms. I mean, sort of coming back to what they'd said in training, you're not going to change the world, you being there, just look and listen, and I did my best to look and listen. Yeah, I think it's the small things that are actually going to do it. The average cost is about $10 a net. Because you don't have to tell anyone, you can do it secretly and quietly and feel good about it by yourself, or you can tell people, that's it, just do it.